What does it mean to be a boy?
What does it mean to be a boy? Well, I don't know.
Now, why won't you allow him to wear a dress?
A man does not wear a dress.
Okay.
In my household. Let me say that.
Okay.
Let me not get canceled and shit out before we get started.
Grand opening, grand closing. Please.
Wait a minute. How can you ask the questions and then put stipulations on the answers?
Because I'm honing you down to.
No, you're trying to box me into a certain question, a certain answer that you need me to do.
Does
You're a
this make-
psychology major, right?
Does this make you uncomfortable? I think this makes you uncomfortable. Because the question is very clear. What define your specific manhood?
If I have to adapt to being a nigga, that's a problem.
But why not?
Wait a minute.
Why not?
You should have never had to adapt to being a
But that's
nigga.
my point.
Stay
No,
feminine,
but that's my
and
point.
leave-
But why
leave that-
did you make the leap?
I left out.
No. What's happening? It's Gator,
What's happening? This your man Mamba.
and it's the Gator and Mamba show.
Well. We're here again. We are here again. And actually, I'm happy to be here again today because we got a lot to talk about. Lots to talk about, especially because this weekend, I usually ask you that. But I
Yeah.
already know what you did this
Yeah.
weekend.
Well, let me ask you then. What you do this weekend, my man?
Boy's birthday. It was birthday. It was birthday.
Yeah.
It was birthday.
How was the birthday?
Man, I had the 70s themed party.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing right now because the image of your tall ass and them damn stacks just came to my mind. I was like, this nigga is huge now. And then the fro added more shit to it. It was crazy as shit. Y'all
Almost like a
don't know
giant.
though. I scared his ass with a straight razor. I was about to cut his ass. Like I walked up to him, I was like, this motherfucker. Shook his ass. But I had a good ass party, man.
Yeah. That was real nice, man. Everybody dug in. They got their most 70 outfit, and then they got it in. They showed up and they showed out.
We played R and Bingo. Did you like it?
Oh yeah, that R&B bingo was nice.
Yeah,
the R&B bingo was nice.
It's some restaurants and bars and shit. They need to start getting a hold of that because that changes the mood wherever you at.
Yeah. At least for the grown folks.
Yeah,
It's for the grown folks.
So a time was had, man, and it wasn't just Saturday. I had to hang out with some of my agents on Sunday as well.
Yeah.
We all hung out at this one local spot and whatnot, and smoked some cigars and talked about back in the days, Billy's and all these little remembrances and stuff like that, and just kicked it, man. So it was good.
Made you feel old for your birthday,
It
huh?
made me feel old, but
Yeah.
they surrounded me, so it's like okay, OG
This
status.
Some special folks.
yeah,
This some special folks,
I
man.
fucks with it.
They coddle you like you an OG, which you are. You know what I mean? They say, hey, they want to celebrate you and your birthday, and that's how it's supposed to be. All respect to MIB.
They definitely that's actually my love language is just spending time with people you care about, and boy, you do that with me, you in right with me. So it was a blessing this whole weekend.
That's right.
So check it. What we moving to? I know we got our topics. You gotta fill them in.
Well, we was just gonna go ahead and continue that conversation, that toxic masculinity conversation.
Oh yeah, whatever the fuck that is, right?
Whatever that is,
Right.
And just trying to get a clarification.
Well, we got somebody said they know how to define that shit though.
Okay. Well, I'm here to listen and learn.
Okay. Well, without further ado, let's bring. Should we bring them both up or one up and then one?
How many people you got that can define it?
Well, we got two.
Well, okay. let's make it happen.
So when y'all come up, give y'all credentials. So Dr. King, come up first.
They clapping. I promise they clapping.
Hey man, y'all ain't gonna give Shanice a chair? Huh? Oh, one at a time. Oh, my bad. Cut that part out. So, Dr. King, give us your 411.
Yes. So my name is Asia King. I am a counseling psychologist and licensed clinical counselor.
Word.
Yes.
All right.
So I've been in the field 23 years now.
You got your own practice?
I do. It's called Brave Defiance Consulting. And yeah, I've been running it for the past 5-6 years now. And I'm taking clients. So if anybody gets triggered by this conversation, I am more than willing to help you through it.
Gator gonna have to sit down on your couch.
I know.
after this.
I know. I'm waiting for him.
Do you got anybody? Is there any way for people to contact you? Do you have any way that you want them special or?
Absolutely, absolutely. So the way to get in contact with me is through Brave-Defiance, BRAVE-DEFIANCE at gmail.com. And are y'all gonna have this like in your description and stuff? Okay, because yeah.
Because you didn't spell it right?
I didn't at all. I didn't. But I swear to God, I know what I'm talking about, y'all.
Look, in my head,
swear to God,
she swears she know what she's talking about.
Wait a minute. BRAVE-DEFIANCE
That's better.
.online is my website,
Okay.
but Brave Defiance LLC at gmail.com. So it'll be all in the description.
Okay.
Yeah,
There you go.
For sure.
There
yeah.
you go.
All right.
It
I got
went.
it. I got it.
Well, I was like, man, should I tell her she spelled that wrong?
Jesus Christ.
See, we started already. Yo.
Also, do you got a black business that you want to shout out?
A black business?
Yes.
MIB.
That's right.
Appreciate you.
Okay.
That's right. We do.
Yeah.
Is that the first shout out to MIB?
That's probably the first.
That's probably the first.
It is.
That's why we love her.
Straight up.
We
Just
love her.
MIB. Yo, we representing that
That's
stuff.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So we gotta start off with a question that we usually ask everyone that comes aboard, and it's one that is about George Floyd and basically, and of course, it still can't breathe. That's our underminer as far as our title for our shit. Where were you when George Floyd was killed?
I was at home, in bed, sleep, and I looked at my Yahoo News or whatnot, or probably Facebook, but I just remember getting on my phone when I woke up, and I remember seeing it, and I was like, really, sadly, I was really kind of nonchalant because it was like, oh, another one, right? And I refused to kind of watch it because I was like, I'm tired of seeing this. Yeah. And so as the feeds started to go more and more, and then I saw the video, and I was like, oh, shit. Mm-hmm. It's in Minnesota. It's over south. This is local. And now I'm getting phone calls, and it just ran rapid before I knew really the depth of what had happened. But I knew it was bad.
Did any of that have any aspect on your current business, your current life, your current whatever you're doing now? Did it affect it in any way?
Well, I mean, I'm from the South. I'm from Birmingham, Alabama. So I've been up here in Minnesota for 11 years now. And, y'all do things so differently. And it's not to say that Birmingham hasn't had its fair share.
Excuse me, who is y'all?
Minnesotians, Minnesota natives.
She talking about you.
Minnesota natives. If you were born north, south,
hey, whoa.
Listen,
I wasn't born.
wherever you were, if you are from Minnesota, you claim this home. Y'all do it differently because, like down south, Birmingham is predominantly black. So your police department you went to high school with them. They live in the neighborhood. Their grandma still lived there. Y'all's officers is like y'all versus them, us versus them. And so it really put me in high alert because I never experienced, since the time I've been here in 2003 up until now, never seen so many police shootings and killings. And quite a few.
Since being up here?
Since being up here.
Oh, okay.
Down south. And I had to ask my mom, I said, Mom, are our police officers like killing folks like that? She was like, they are, but not at the rate. And when I looked at the numbers, y'all's rates are pretty high for police shootings and killings. I think, who is it, Officer Moore, the the black officer.
Yeah.
He was the only one that got convicted.
Yep.
Out of all the shootings.
Before your man.
Right, before,
Yeah.
So, and a lot of those shootings, I had folks call me to help around the case. Whether they were at the party, whether it was the person shot, whether it was some kind of relationship to it. So now it's a new form of therapy of how do you address police brutality and mental health.
Right.
Some I hadn't touched in 23 years.
Yeah.
Damn. All right. Oh, that's more than a mouthful. Shit, that's almost a damn episode. God damn. But we actually do have a topic, and we brought you in specifically because we needed that
Professional
perspective.
That professional perspective.
So one question I know
PhD
Gator asked, what the hell is
perspective.
toxic masculinity? What is this shit?
So, toxic masculinity is basically the exaggeration, the over-the-top expression of what it is to be a man. So, what does it mean to be a man? How do you define manhood?
Wait.
oop.
Wait.
Let's go.
First.
You're gonna
Because
answer the question with a question?
I'm
Pretty much.
perplexed. I'm perplexed. Can you first give me an example by giving me the definition of a female
A female.
or femininity?
Femininity.
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute.
Because I'm trying to get, because you say, what is it to be a male, right? That was the question?
Not male, because male is how you're born.
Copy.
That's the sex.
Okay.
Female is the sex.
Okay.
Now, social construct is manhood, womanhood. Okay?
Social.
Social construct.
Social
What does it mean
construct.
to be a man?
Okay.
What does it mean to be a woman?
Okay.
Okay?
But I think that even that question in itself is loaded because of the definition of masculinity.
Let's start off with the basics. How do you describe Ronan? How are you teaching
He's a
Ronan?
boy.
He's a boy. What does it mean to be a boy?
What does it mean to be a boy? Well, I don't know.
How were you taught?
He's
you
a boy, but child. So first thing that comes to mind is child. So he's a child. So he's operating as a child, whatever that looks like.
Okay.
Learning, exploring, et cetera, et cetera. So child first.
Can he wear a dress?
Will I allow him to wear a dress? No.
Okay. Can he play with Barbies?
If he wanted to, that's fine with me.
Now, why won't you allow him to wear a dress?
Because
he
I
don't
have
want to.
Because
He
I
don't wanna
have
wear no dress.
my own personal definition of what a man should and should not do,
What should a man
or boy should
what
or
should a
not do.
man or a boy do?
Not wear a dress
Why?
because they're men.
What makes you a man?
Me, I'm defining what it is. I'm telling you what it is, and what a man is. A man does not wear a dress
Okay.
in my household. Let me say that.
Okay.
Let me not get canceled and shit all that before we get started.
Grand opening, grand closing.
right. In my household.
You hear what she said? Get it together, man.
We shall not.
Together.
Nigga, I wear you jumping in.
She shushed me so she could get you. Didn't you see her? Nigga, like, we ain't on the same page here?
So, okay, in your house, men, boys don't wear dresses.
Correct.
All right. You still haven't answered the why.
Because I say so.
That's not enough. But okay.
That's my answer.
All right, fine. What else makes a man or a boy? How do you define your manhood? What makes you a man?
I provide, I protect. That's my strongest definitions. Being that I keep my family safe, I keep my family informed.
Mm-hmm.
That's what defines me as a man.
Well, I got to answer. What defines me as a man is biology.
Okay.
That's male.
Right.
That's what a male, in contrast, is a man. They're one and the same. They run neck and neck.
No, they
Yes,
don't.
they do.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Well, then you tell me how they don't, Doc.
Well, once again, your sex as a male. So you have male parts. But man.
Wait. I have male biology.
Okay, male biology, male
But,
parts, whatever.
Because it's other things. It's the testosterone that comes with that manhood.
Sure.
It's other things that's going to make me a male on the inside.
Okay.
Thus, male and man, same.
All right. You have the makeups of a male. Testosterone, organs, body parts, deep voice, facial hair. Okay? Strength. Okay. All right. But that does not mean that that does not define your manhood. That doesn't define your manhood.
But I didn't say that you did. I said man and male. That's the only two things that I said. Man and male.
Right. And then I said they're not the same.
Right. But you're saying manhood.
Okay.
Which then gives a story of what a man is.
So tell me, what is a man? Not moving outside of the biological piece.
Wait a minute. How can you ask a question and then put stipulations on the answers?
Because I'm honing you down to.
No, you're trying to box me into a certain question, a certain answer that you need me to do.
You're
a psychology major, right?
Does this make you uncomfortable?
This
is what
because
the question is very clear. What define your specific manhood? What makes you? Because you two are two different men. What is important to him is not necessarily important to you. So what is your manhood? What are your beliefs? Because this is a social construct. What are your beliefs in manhood?
But my belief, well, I'm just trying to explain that my beliefs are human beliefs. I don't think they have a male or a female type of origin. They're just beliefs in itself, and there's no a female or male assessment to them.
Okay, so then there's no manhood and no womanhood then, right?
Sure. Absolutely. I agree. I ain't never said nothing about manhood anyways. I agree with you 100%, Doc.
Okay, so fine.
I'm still a man and or a male.
You trying to be damn complicated for no reason.
I'm not.
This
I'm
ain't
not.
even it. But at the end of the day, okay, let's go ahead and kind of move this around.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So manhood, just like womanhood, is a social construct. It is the beliefs of different ways in which you should be as a man. Men are supposed to, stereotypically, they don't cry. They don't share emotions in public or, openly. They have a certain style.
Those are definitely beliefs.
Once again, it's a social construct. We as society have created what boys and girls do. Just like the old adage is that girls are supposed to make babies, be in the kitchen, and clean, right? Men are supposed to go out, conquer, take care of their families, be the breadwinners of the house. They're supposed to be strong. They're supposed to not be vulnerable. I didn't say these are true.
But I want to just clarify just one thing.
Yes.
Because you used the word supposed to be strong. And yet, we are the strongest in humankind. At least if it's coming male or
I know
female.
some women that would knock you out.
You a lie.
You
Here you go.
You a goddamn lie. I don't know who told you, what they told you, when they told you, and why they told you about it. But they wasn't talking about Gator. I know. I'm just trying to get you to understand what's happening. You don't even know no man that can do it, goddamn it. You talking about some women. Here, put it in your pocket. But this is what I'm saying, We got all the way
said,
on
"Oh,
subject.
Nigga, get back on your square.
What
is you doing?
Well, she talking
You
about boxing.
embarrassing me. You embarrassing me.
She talking about boxing. We talking about something different around here now. You talking about man and male. I'll show you a goddamn animal.
Because what you just did is you took your manhood and you said that we are the top, we are the strongest. How do you determine that you're the strongest?
Biologically,
we're
I am stronger than you, and that's the way I was made and put on this earth. Just like, let me tell you this, Doc, because I know you're gonna agree with me when I say this. I'm a man who got a lot of daughters, and one thing that I realized is that my girls are smarter than my boys. They get it faster, they quicker, they just have something biologically that is superior in thought than men. Period. Right? I can't take that from you. I can't walk around and be like, yeah, I'm really smarter than you. No, I know that you got me in the end with all that, smarts and manipulation and that y'all could do. You know what I mean? You do it real well.
Smarts and manipulation. Hot dog.
He's referring to the
Smarts
daughters.
and
He's referring to the daughters.
Yeah, my girls.
He's referring to the daughters.
Right.
They know how to turn and do what they need to do. Either way, that belongs to you. That's yours. And I get to be strong because that's mine. And you can't take that away from me, no matter how much you want to, because no matter the strongest girl you could ever think of in this whole world, I promise you that there's a man that's twice the size of her.
Okay. So, all right. So with all of that said, once again, there are still the social constructs, because even you said in that right there, what do they say? What is it? Girls are from Mars and boys are from Venus, or something.
That sounds like some white people shit, but that's okay.
but this is what the message that we give boys and girls about what it means to be a boy and what it means to be a girl are essentially social constructs. So, back to the main topic at hand.
I disagree. I think it's biological constructs.
Hold up. So, I mean, you say social construct, but if we go down, break it all back down to, let's say, hunters and gatherers, everybody has a specific role that's natural to their position, to who they are, what they have, right? And when you talk about hunter and gatherer, it was typically the men who went to hunt, right? And it is in a woman's dynamic, right? It's in a woman's dynamic to organize, to space, to make a home out of stuff, to make things comfortable. It's just a natural thing.
Nurturer.
A nurturer. So, you're saying social construct, but some things are just innate. When it all comes down, if all of this shit blow up right now, everybody will take their roles and their positions. And what their roles and positions are is men will be like, okay, I got to protect, I got to make sure everything is cool, and everybody behind me, y'all got to figure that shit out.
Nurture.
That's just the natural order of things.
But wait a minute.
Bill.
But wait a minute. You're talking about a small group of folks that you've met, because we know that there are some men that won't lift a box. And there are some women that are just as tough as some of these men out there.
You're saying something.
Yes,
you're demeaning it all and saying something.
No. But what I'm saying is that what we're talking about is that we've boxed what we think women and men are. Because that has been what has been taught to us, is that men are going to be the providers and protectors, and women are going to be the organizers and the home keepers and the nurturers. And then what we're finding now is that they're not monolithic. They're not running in the same lane of what it means to be a woman. Not all women are feminine. Not all women are organizer or nurturers.
So we're not.
Yes.
So my point is, my particular point is, I'm not saying all or nothing. I would never say everyone and everything and every woman and every man.
It sounds like that, though.
I'm not saying that at all.
Well, let's clarify then.
I'm not saying that at all.
Let's clarify in this conversation.
Yeah, let's clarify.
We ain't talking about everybody. We know that the world is of mixed people. The world is of ebbs and flows. There's going to be different things and different things happening and everything moving. However, we talking about something specific. And in that thing that we're talking about that's specific, we're talking about a certain thing. which is, to your point, give it to
Manhood,
us.
womanhood. Right.
Well, man. Well, first
manhood.
we need to define. We still need to define toxic masculinity.
Right.
So
Which we haven't done yet.
which we haven't done yet. So let's do that now.
Well, no, you actually started it off with defining, but then you started going into manhood.
She couldn't even get to a definition.
Well, because first of all, to understand, you wanted to know. I gave a definition of
What
what
is
toxic masculinity is: the over exaggeration of what it means to be a man. So
like a hyper masculine.
hyper masculine.
so a hyper man.
A hyper man. So a man.
How? Sorry.
Go ahead.
I just
Overly
curious.
sexually promiscuous.
How can I be a hyper man? How can I have a limit on my manhood if it's in fact mine?
Well, okay. So let's take a general. What is a theme for what it is to be a man? Men don't cry. Okay, let's just take that.
Wait. Because Doc, you keep trying to put us in the box, and I don't like the
no,
box
no,
that you
no,
put it
I'm
in.
not putting you in the box.
Let's say
Let's just start
biologically.
with-
Let's just say biologically what it is to be a man. Let's not say socially. Let's say biologically. So what is it to be a man? Man.
Gotta have a dick.
Hold on.
Yeah, you got a penis.
Gotta have a dick.
Let's
You do.
give it to
Absolutely.
Doc in her perspective.
You do.
You gotta you create this hormone called testosterone. In this hormone men create, it makes you more raw. It makes you faster. It makes you stronger. This testosterone is a chemical that builds your body to its strength and its power. This is what happens. Yeah, this is what happens biologically.
Okay.
We didn't ask for this to happen. This is what happened to us. So that man that you see, right? There's a chemical inside of us that's produced that makes us more right?
Sure.
So how can we be too much if in fact this is a chemical that's producing? If I produce a lot, then I'm more than the rest of the niggas.
I'm an nigga, right?
I'm a girl, nigga.
I'm an nigga. Now what's up? No, but
Nigga, we gonna hashtag that. Be
right.
a nigga.
you keep wanting to move it away from the social aspect.
But
because-
you keep trying to put it in the social
Because
aspect.
that's where it is when
No,
we talk
that's
about hyper
your definition.
No, that's not my definition. That's a definition you can go online and find.
Okay.
Like, Dr. King ain't making this up.
Okay,
All
copy.
right.
Yep.
So yes, you have testosterone, which does make you stronger, make you more aggressive. I have 2 boys, so I get it. I understand. But that social piece of, if there is any sign of weakness in you, you a punk ass boy. So guess what I'm going to do? Guess what I'm going, not to say that this is for you all, but this is what we find. Listen, they won't let me get it out.
No,
Damn.
go ahead. I'm sitting. I'm waiting.
I know you sitting and you waiting, goddamn. Because I need y'all to think about your homeboys. Think about your homeboys growing up, right? The ones that just did the most to show that they was that nigga, right? The ones that, yeah, I am strong, I like the rough play, but I'm going to test every nigga around me to make sure that you don't think I'm a punk.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
like testosterone.
No, that ain't testosterone.
That is
That's not testosterone.
Let me
That's not
say-
testosterone. That's not testosterone.
Let me say this, and then we're gonna bring on our
Yeah.
other guests as well. So I can assure you, a man teaching his boy, right, in a having a relationship, in a marriage, whatever the fact, a man teaching his boy, I teach my boy that it is okay to cry. I teach my boy
go.
that there is weakness, and find out what your weakness is
And
and
that's
capitalize
good.
on your weakness. However,
This ain't
no,
you,
no, no, no.
mama. This
Still
don't
a man.
apply to you,
listen.
mama.
Still a male.
I have been taught what a man is, right? Not to cry, but that was by a woman. That is by women. That's being raised by single
Bingo.
women, single parent women who teach their black boys, don't cry. This is the expectation of a man. Punch you in the chest, get over it, et cetera, et cetera. So,
Right.
So that is not what men teach. Men teach men how to be men, and men understand the fact that yes, there are moments of weakness. Yes, it's okay to cry.
Especially if you're a man teaching a man, right? Because you have cried.
But let me pause you there because you're talking about yourself. Now, you're asking.
I'm talking about this man too.
Okay.
This man teaches his son the same thing.
Okay, you too. But you talking to a woman that has talked to thousands of men, that have talked to men that have come to me because their father, who was in the streets, did time in prison, wasn't there, was the sole provider for them, was the one that did help with the house or whatever the case was. And the message has been, a man doesn't show his vulnerability because it's already tough out there, so don't bring that shit to the house. So you're talking about you
were these men,
as a single
were these men raised by single women?
We both of us was.
No, I'm talking about men who were taught by men. And let me tell you this. I didn't say any particular person of who was teaching these boys, because women go by this complex too, because we're going off of what we think a man is based off our fathers. Okay? So this isn't about whether it's a woman or a man teaching it. It's about what are the messages that boys are getting. And you watch cartoons, you watch movies, and even when you watch black cinema, how are black men usually portrayed?
Mm-hmm.
You name one positive black man.
Like Tyler Perry?
So why you being like that?
Because we know how that is.
Why you being like that?
Sorry, Tyler Perry. If you ever looking and interested, it was just a joke,
They
man.
in Minneapolis.
If you ever looking.
They in Minneapolis.
There's one thing that is different, and that is Mamba and I. We also had that same impression of a man when we grew up as well. However, we had to navigate through that. So hold on. So we have one thing. That your secondhand information, which is I talk to 1,000 guys, doesn't cover, which is firsthand information, and that is we know how it is to be a man. We have lived through them situations. We have been on the streets. We have navigated through this, and it's only for the strong. You're right. Some people fall off. You know what I mean? But that's just on the scale of strong and weak and where you fit on that scale. Either way you look at it, men are out here trying to be a man. And we have few examples of what it is to be a man, yet the accumulative examples teach us well. Because we can see where it worked for him, we can see where it worked for him, we can see where it worked for him, and then you just fit somewhere in between. Bingo.
I go back into saying you two are an anomaly, all right? But if you think about your friends, you think about your homeboys who don't have that mentality, and you probably have had that conversation with them.
All my friends do.
Oh,
I only hang out with niggas like me.
Now.
She ain't gonna win that, right? All we know is niggas who take care of their family niggas. You a
like,
family
if you a nigga that ain't taking care of your kids, I don't fuck with you, homie. Like, I don't fuck with you.
Now, but think about growing up. You now know how you sift out the people you want to hang around, but think about the boys and the men that you grew up with that said, yeah, I'm going to have about 5, 6, 7 different girlfriends. Yeah, I'm going to go out here and I'm going to gangbang because I don't want nobody to. So you think about the way in which you saw manhood being displayed. It has not always been healthy. And this ain't even about black or white. It's about just in general how people look at manhood and how people look at womanhood. Mm-hmm. And it is a social construct. It is what we define it to be. Then we put them in this box of, are you checking off the box? Can you have a baby? Can you be skinny and Coke-sized bottle and all that for the women? And then the second you don't do that, you're not a bomb-ass woman. You ain't this type of woman.
Doc, before we
want our second guest. Where's she at?
But wait, just listen to me, Doc. Before we end this conversation with you, I just want to clarify just one thing with you.
Of course you do.
You finna just open this back up.
Uh-huh.
I'm not gonna open anything back up. I just want to clarify.
Go on, clarify
something with you.
Okay.
You talked about manhood and womanhood, and that is the story. But yet, we was never talking about the story and what makes you a man or what makes you a woman. We was talking about being a woman and or a female and or feminine, and we was talking about being a male and or masculine. So, I just wanted to say that before you.
So we're gonna we're gonna bring our
because we
second
can't
guest
you
on.
trying to steer the conversation.
I'm not.
She did. She
did, yeah,
she
'cause
took it away.
she's a
It's
psychologist.
all good. It's all good.
We know her.
She
raw.
got her.
We
She
know
got
what
her
she
bits
do.
and pieces in. You want to shout out your shit again? Your business again?
Sure, I will, since I'm such a woman. Brave Defiance. You can find me online. You can find me on TikTok. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook. Yeah.
We
so,
think you are a phenomenal woman.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
You're here on purpose. So
Amen. Amen.
come on, second guest. Thank you. When she
Say her
sit down,
name.
when she sit down, I will. So,
They don't know.
nigga trying to run my show.
Yeah, that's what he doing. Did the camera? I mean,
He
did
said,
hear him?
Beyonce, say my name.
So welcome our second guest, Shanice. Can you give your credentials, please?
My name is Shanice Scott. I am a community health worker. I work at North Point. I do community outreach within the community at schools. I do health screenings. I help our community. I reside in North Minneapolis. I help the community get health care, WIC, insurance, whatever they need. That's what I've been doing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dope.
Do you got a black business you want to shout out?
The one and only MIB. She
Oh,
stole it from me,
we're
but that was my first one.
242.
She stole it from me, but I was going to do that. So, MIB all the way. 2 for 2. There we
It's
go.
all good.
Yeah.
So you're on, and we got the intro question that we always ask, and sorry, but that's just how we roll. So where were you when George Floyd was killed?
George Floyd, let's see. May 25th, 2020. I was sitting at home in my living room. I was sitting at home. I was actually teaching that year. I had just finished my last year of teaching. I taught for 15 years elementary. I was on a call we were in COVID, so I was doing my last Zoom of teaching.
Teaching online?
Teaching online, Yep. When I got the dings on my phone. My sons were in their rooms, and I brought them to the living room. It was that. I mean, we've had that conversation because you go back to Philando, you go back to Jamar Clark, you go back to all those. And I worked at Hospitality House for 10 years. So Jamar Clark was around the corner from where I worked at. I actually know his sister. So it goes back to that. Teaching your black sons, because I have 2 black sons, and having that hard conversation because they're asking that conversation as to, Mom, why?
Mm-hmm.
Why does this keep happening? And the answer is, I don't know.
No.
I can't even give you that answer. All I know is this is what I got to prepare you for, so it don't happen to you.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not in the news as a statistic. And as a mom raising 2 young men, it's hard because you look at the news and nobody sees what you see. People can have empathy and empathize. You can't empathize when you're not my skin color.
Mm.
You can't sympathize when you're not my skin color. When I wake up every morning and look at my 2 black boys that walk out the door, one that drives my car and hope he don't get pulled over. But then I got to give you all the steps to take if you do get pulled over,
So you can make it home.
so you can make it home to me. So I'm not blowing up the city of Minneapolis, because that's what's going to happen. But George Floyd, it was a different hit.
Yeah.
It was a different hit because you saw it firsthand. And it was
in
one of
our
those.
city.
Yeah, it was our city firsthand. It's like, and then everything that happened, the domino effect after it. And even right now, here we are, 4 years later, it's still a domino effect.
Mm-hmm.
It's still a movement. It's still going on. But you got to go all the way back to when, that cigarette, that Skittle, like things that constantly have been happening way before, but now it's in our backyard.
Now it's in our backyard.
It's in our backyard. So now what do we do to make that change?
Burn this bitch down. That's what they did.
I mean, exactly. They burned it down.
To the ground.
They say the roof is on fire. We don't want to let the motherfucker burn. It burned.
Yeah.
But it showed. We tired. We've been tired. And since you don't understand our words, you're going to understand our actions.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just curious. I see you so passionate in that theory.
That's that Scorpio.
Yeah,
That's Scorpio energy right there.
I know y'all Scorpio team. But I was just wondering in what you were saying that if there was possibly another way to get that done. I get putting our minds together to burn it down, right? But maybe we could put our minds together to build something that can't be touched by them, period.
Absolutely. And I'm going to say this because I'm going to go on record saying this. The fact is that we burn, and I mean we because it was all type of colors burning down our own city, they was dumb as hell for that. I'm going to say that. Because you're going to burn down, but we still got to build back up.
Mm-hmm.
You touched the wrong place.
Mm-hmm.
Where you should have got them at, where it was going to hurt them, not hurt us. You hurt the wrong people.
Yeah.
Go burn them all of America down.
We had to deal with that firsthand.
Yeah.
We had to deal with the people who needed the drugstore right here.
Right.
You know what I mean? These people needed these grocery stores to be open, man, so they can get their food because this is the high rise right here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And yeah, it ain't something that you put your mind together to do something better. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like not. We can start a fire. Come on, we too smart for that.
You stir the pockets.
Start the fire.
No, you stir the pockets.
Yeah.
You hit them where it hurt in the pocket.
Yeah, they was out there in Mankato getting it done. I'd be like, I cheer them. I probably would have went. No, man, I'm just playing. Don't come get me. Don't come get me.
But that's because also as individuals and more so Black individuals, we were taught differently. And, we gonna go where we need to go, do what we need to do. We gonna protect our own. At the same time, we have to learn that you hit them where it hurt, and that's in that pocket. Mm-hmm. That's what that mean green. Because at the end of the day, money talking, bullshit walk.
Yeah. That's why the
Amen.
Back in the days the bus what do you call it? The bus
Montgomery.
The bus whatchamacallit in Montgomery, Alabama, when they did
boycott.
that, shut all that shit down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I always be saying, man, y'all don't know how vicious the black dollar is. Mm-hmm. We got $1.1 trillion in GDP, just as far as how much we spend. And I was like, sometimes I be seeing people on TikTok and stuff like, let's protest Pontiac, let's protest Walmart. I'm like, that's too big of a bite, right? What you should do in Walmart, pick Frito-Lay. Let's not buy any Flamin' Hot Doritos or Flamin' Hot anything for 1 month, for 1 day.
Oh,
right. Let's think fucking simple, man. Flamin' Hots. Nobody buys them for today. And watch that shit be like, oh, what happened? That whole shit'll get rocked. Mm-hmm. Everybody be trying to do the Montgomery bus boycott because they thinking big, and it's like, no, small that shit down, especially when it comes to where our dollars get. Our dollar goes everywhere, so all we got to do is have some pinpoint accuracy and be like, we ain't fucking with that today. And all the shit that they got at your Cub Foods, at your grocery stores, Cub Foods in the suburbs, motherfucker, is gorgeous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, vegetables, everything, everywhere.
Good produce.
You don't see no snacks and shit.
They got good produce.
Yeah,
they got fresh produce.
Fine snacks.
Yeah.
Now, go Broadway and shit.
First thing you walk in, you see is snacks.
Sweet foods and everything like that. So, my point is, we go in there and be like, we ain't buying any quarter waters today. Anything like that. We can shut shit down, man.
Absolutely.
Sorry, that's
No,
I've been meaning to talk about that shit for a minute, boy.
I touched the spot.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. But what you need is the people to be moving as one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's the first step, is getting some type of unit where we can move as one, where we can say, oh, this month we ain't fuck with Fritos.
Exactly. And then if we start doing it, we plan it where it's like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Today it's Snickers. Tomorrow it's Doritos. The next day. Now the whole like, oh shit, now everybody's scared like, oh shit, when it's gonna be us? We gotta do something for black people because they coming. They got us on their schedule now.
Look,
Monday, then we
right.
So Monday, Frito, watch out. Tuesday, you better look behind you because they're coming for you next.
Shit.
we call that wave reparation.
Yeah.
That
There you
reparation wave gonna come get your ass.
Yeah. So y'all be thinking about that shit. Wow, we can get this shit popping.
We got 7 days in a week. Let's go.
All right, so we're going to go into our topic of the evening. So we already got toxic masculinity defined, if you will. And I know one of the reasons in bringing up this particular topic, and you can't have this topic without the back and forth, black men and women learning and building together to progress and be better. So I know we were talking mostly about the men. I want to talk about the female aspect.
Okay.
So, in regards
Don't
to
Don't start.
so, can toxic masculinity be shown with women as well?
Absolutely.
What does that look like?
Whew. Okay, let me sit up for this one.
You wanted that question, didn't you? She's like, damn it. That's my shit.
As women, toxic femininity. I think as a
No, women displaying toxic masculinity.
yes, and I think, and I'm gonna say this as a woman because I feel like I've displayed it before,
Oh, all right.
and I feel like I've
She gonna tell the truth.
I
She
feel
gonna
like
come out and tell
I've
the truth.
displayed it before because I got put in a position to display it.
Okay.
And when I say that, it means I'm all for a man being a man. I'm all for a woman being a woman. Men are mostly defined as being assertive, women modest, be a lady, be this, be that. And that's whether it's society or, that's what you were brought up as. When a man is not in his masculinity, it puts me in a position to have to compensate.
So what is we get it's juicy. It's juicy already. So what does that look like if he's displaying something that you feel is not taking care of that masculine role? So you have to do so. What is that dynamic? How does that happen?
Because I've been in that position, it looks like if and I'm gonna say it like this: you are alpha male, but your alpha ain't alphaing. Let's go. So therefore,
So you beta in basically.
yeah, you beta, you delta. You ain't
Right,
look,
right.
You over there.
You ain't at the top no more.
But don't project yourself as being an alpha male. You that man. You that nigga. You do this. You do that. This is what you're putting out there. But when it's time to show up and show out, you buckle. So now as a woman, I have to step not only on my own 10 toes, but yours too.
So is that somebody like dropping the ball or not moving forward with their responsibility?
Faking who you are is what it is.
Ooh, I think you're just trying to cut me out this conversation. I got some fucking questions, goddammit. I got some questions. First,
Let's go.
I'm going to go on record and saying that is, in fact, the definition of toxic masculinity. Because only a female can display it, because men are born with it. So if it's displayed outside a man, it can become toxic because it has degrees on which it can be displayed outside of a man.
Yes and no.
Oh, yes,
because
that's only
men
yes, baby.
can also go overboard with it.
No, never.
Yes, because some men,
How?
because you can have a man that can be very masculine. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you add the toxicity to it, is that you're going far above and beyond to push your manhood. And you don't have to show me your manhood if it's already in you.
What's the definition
Wait a
of
minute.
far and beyond? What's beyond your manhood?
Okay.
What is beyond?
Okay.
When I
You
say
wanna take it
far
slow.
beyond your, you have some men, and just like the doctor said, they have to go an extra mile. As grown men, then there was light.
No, we got a guy coming in. He always comes
This is
in.
our man.
And then I look at like this. You have some.
No, hold up. You got to pause.
Oh, I know. My bad. Look, he come to clean up.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
So what were we saying?
Nigga, I don't know.
Oh, nigga.
I told you to hold the thought.
Right, I'm holding the thought. So the thought was,
Okay.
how do men go overboard?
Overboard. Yes,
Okay,
there we go.
So this is my thing. Men want their ladies to be feminine, right? Mm-hmm. But then the things that some men, not all men, and I'm going to say that because it's not
It
all men.
starts off as theory.
You're right. But the thing is, do you want a feminine woman or do you want a nigga woman? Do you want a woman to act like a woman or act like a nigga woman?
We want a feminine woman.
That's right.
Hey, we got some hashtags right going on in this motherfucker.
So the thing is, when I say men, sometimes men go overboard, is that don't dim my light to make your light shine brighter than me.
No. That's not. That
that's
don't
a
have
person.
anything to
That's
do
a
with
person.
manhood.
No,
Yeah,
because
that's a
some
person.
men,
that's a personality.
because that's some men who have insecurities in themselves.
But that's
some
an
women
individual
do
thing.
too.
That's not a
So
man-woman thing.
So
You're
women
right.
do the same thing. So
You're
that is something that goes to women and men. That's bilingual. Whatever you call it. It goes-
Nigga said bilingual.
It's going through both men and women.
And I can
So-
attest. I had somebody who wanted to shine, but shine so bright that they on purpose tried
Right.
to dim my light as well. So that's a person thing. That's
You're
a
right.
that's a person thing.
But then you also have the men
So that ain't,
that
hold on. You
Go
talking
ahead.
about some butt because you trying to
No.
real smooth over stuff.
I'm going back to what you just said because you're right. That
you
can
trying
go
to
both
define.
ways.
You was trying to define
No, the toxicness.
Yeah.
The toxicness comes from when I say men go overboard, is that there's nothing wrong with being at all masculine.
Okay, so what's wrong with me being masculine? If
she just said it.
I know, because
I said there's nothing wrong with it.
that's exactly what I want to say. Is since you said that there's nothing wrong with it,
No. I want a man to be a man.
then
Let's be real.
Then why, with my natural, that's not trying to be anything but me,
Mm-hmm.
is manly.
But do you feel like there's levels to it?
There can become levels.
There's degrees on everything.
And that's
so
and,
yes.
and then that's where when I say sometimes the degrees as a woman can be too high.
But I want to
Wait a
ask this
minute.
question.
No.
Why would
there's
you?
no degree of feminine. If
No.
you go
Yes,
into
there is. Oh, yes, there is.
Well, sorry.
Yes,
sorry.
there is.
That's
Femininity.
not,
Yes,
that's not
there
what I meant. That's not what I meant. I'm sorry. That's not what I meant. What I'm saying to you is, as a man, I want you to get to the highest of the feminine you can be.
Right.
Not down here closer to manly. Go up high. So whatever level is way high, go there.
But here's the thing, and I'm finna get you with this because at the end of the day, every woman has a piece of masculine in her, just like every man has a piece of feminine in her.
Absolutely.
Sure.
The universe
We're
gives us
binary.
right.
We're all
Yes,
binary.
Yes.
So yeah, I get that.
But
Nigga, can I ask a question?
I'm sorry.
Because we finna go back and forth. Go ahead, sir.
So, God damn it, I forgot my question.
Go back.
Nigga, go.
Let's go.
I forgot my
What
question.
in the? So, anyways, we
gonna
was
come
talking,
back to you when it pop up, jump in.
When you ready. You still, in fact, have not defined this toxic masculinity because, by definition, masculinity is of being a man, which means that I could be as much of a man as I possibly can because that's my natural goal without doing anything. I don't have to do nothing in the world, and my natural body is going to be as much of a man as it possibly can.
Now define
why-
toxic. What does toxic mean?
I can't be a toxic man.
Toxic masculinity to me is when women display masculine
Yes.
traits. Oh, why
It's
why
degrading.
why would a woman feel like you have to adapt an unnatural element?
Because a man ain't
then
being
try
a
to
man.
control
That's
it.
why.
And then label
if
it.
I have
Well,
to, if
instead
I
of
have
label
to,
it.
if
Instead
I
of-
have to adapt to being a nigga, that's a problem.
But why not?
Wait a minute.
Why not?
You should have never had to
Right,
adapt
right.
to being
But
a
stay
That's
nigga.
my
feminine,
point.
stay
No,
feminine,
but
that's my
and
point.
leave-
But why
leave
why
that-
did you make the leap?
I left out.
No.
I leaped in and left out. Shit. Let's be real.
But
Okay.
to me, it's like a choice. We talk about toxic masculinity, and it's a choice. You're choosing to be masculine, and you don't have to.
Right.
You are allowing this person who you may feel is on a lower level of masculinity. He's still
Right.
still a masculine,
Right.
but he's on the lower level. You don't have to replace that by being such. All you have to do is turn your back with your femininity
And go get a more masculine man. Jesus Christ.
But what I am gonna say,
Boy, I just said something,
I
boy.
don't
That's
feel
church
like.
right there,
but
boy.
that's what I'm gonna say. This it wasn't a choice.
Huh?
I didn't choose to have to be that person.
Sure, you do.
You did.
No, I didn't.
Sure you did.
How come?
Because what task that you thought was a masculine task that you had to do?
Pick one.
Give me one.
Throw what out.
This is what I'm saying.
Oh,
No,
what
no.
are you saying?
I had to replace parts on my own fucking car when I had a whole fucking man.
Okay, hold on.
And I say
What-
I replaced.
what-
I mean, I went under my car, opened the hood up, and did it my damn self.
Guess what? I know for a fact that I'm a man. But guess what?
What?
I ain't doing
taking that
shit with no
motherfucker to
car.
the
I'm taking it to the
mechanic.
shop.
I promise you.
And I promise you.
And I'm gonna pay for it too. I'm man,
This
I'm
ain't the
man enough to pay for that
1960s. They
motherfucker.
don't make cars
to go,
like they used to.
I
But see,
ain't lifting no motherfucking hood.
hey,
Is you
again,
crazy? But
again,
anyway,
but you just
This is
proved
the
my,
man, nigga.
but
Mans ain't
you-
doing that.
But you just proved my point.
What's the point?
At the end of the day, you solved the issue.
Okay, so you want a problem solver?
No, I want you to do what you're supposed to do.
What am I supposed to do?
Because if that's what you put on the table, that's what you're
But
supposed
what
to do
am I
as a
supposed to
man.
do?
If you're a man, you're saying you provide,
I'm the provider.
you provider.
Okay, fine.
And you
Easy.
put don't start with me. Next.
Well, we
I'm
got-
provider.
You're right.
I'm protector.
Yes. Okay.
That's chump change.
I mean,
That's how you
yeah. What else?
But here's the thing. That's what you put on the table, correct?
That's how this come. I ain't trying to be.
But that's who you are.
Correct. Right.
Correct. That's
Right.
how you are.
Okay.
That's what you come as.
Okay.
And you stand on 10 toes with that, correct or not?
Absolutely.
There are some men who fake the funk.
But there's a whole bunch that don't.
You absolutely motherfucker right. You right.
What we talking about?
You right.
What
There's
we talking
absolutely
about?
right.
Yeah.
But like back to what Mamba said, and I definitely don't disagree with him. That toxic masculinity definitely is from women.
Yeah.
I don't disagree.
When I said it, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, she did.
No, I didn't. I did not.
That was the-
wanted to fight.
Doc.
Somebody
Doc
wanted to fight.
wanted
I
to
see.
Look,
Look, Doc.
wanted
I
it.
see. Doc, I love
Bring
you.
it back.
Catch me outside. How about that? Look,
me in,
catch
coach.
me outside because it wasn't me. I didn't disagree. I absolutely agree with
okay.
it. I just said at the end of the day, just like you said, and you said, we all have choices. Now, did I choose to stay where I was for a good minute? Absolutely, because I stayed on broken promises. That's my own fault. That's the cross I had to bear.
Or it's
So
excuses.
Exactly.
Can I? So we can air this out by stating that, because my issue was, okay, if you feel that in any capacity that you have to adopt something that's, let's
Not
say,
within you.
unnatural, not you, which is masculinity. If you feel that you have to adapt or bring that into your persona at any given time, then it is a sure sign to say that you should be turning your back on something that takes you out of your natural character.
Absolutely. But I'm going to go way far back before that, because here's the thing. I adapted to that at a very young age. It wasn't because of relationship. I adapted to that at a very young age. I was raised by a single woman 4 kids, 2 boys, 2 girls.
So now you're
So
trying
you
to break
had
the
to
chain.
adapt tasks. You talking about tasks now.
Yeah.
You just talking about tasks, and you assessed femininity and masculinity to those tasks, like taking out the trash. It's a man's job.
No, I did that.
Well, right, but what I'm saying is you assess that is a female or a male's job doing the dishes, female or male.
But here's the thing. We never got those roles. It was everybody do work in this
Yeah,
house.
yeah, me too.
Yeah, us too, yeah.
So
we came from the country.
yeah,
You had to clean.
all hands on deck.
You had to
That's
clean.
it. That's all.
Alabama over there,
Look,
you had to clean, did you?
It-
I'm just saying.
it was, if your ass cooked, your ass washed dishes.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's it. That's
Male
all.
or
That's
female.
not. Look,
What
that's
does
all
that
it
mean? Somebody said that on a movie, and then they assessed that to something because we.
That ain't how we was
Yeah,
raised
yeah,
at all.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
that's why I say as that too, is because people look at what society deems as natural or whatever you want to say, culturally intertwined, and that ain't what that is.
I be thinking we too often be paying attention. We say society, but to be honest, everything that you see and displayed is how they act. And I'm
Absolutely.
talking about white America.
Oh, yeah.
White folks just
Absolutely.
in general. We act different. We've been acting different. We just said that
From
we
day
acted
one.
different when we was the ones as kids washing pots and pans and cleaning, taking out the trash, et cetera, et cetera. All
Right.
of us did that
Right.
shit. They don't have that experience necessarily unless
Right.
you po-white. Po-white maybe it's a little bit different. But we need to stop trying to mimic they bullshit because it ain't working for them.
Absolutely.
You see
Absolutely.
their numbers
It ain't
dwindling.
working for them.
Absolutely.
Why we think it's gonna work
Why the fuck
for
it don't work
us?
for
Right.
So you thought that was gonna work for
Right.
y'all when it didn't work for them.
Right,
We're
right.
not doing that.
So we need to turn on each other like we've been saying, and just keep doing stuff like this and building and learning from each other because we all we got.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
it.
I want to end with this, and I think this is the purpose of this
Don't put
conversation.
your hand on the table like you about to.
I'm sorry, but this hand for a black woman is meant to grab and caress and hold and touch. And so,
Now that's toxic. Now that's toxic.
and so that's what I want to give to this conversation is that the cornerstone of our whole existence is going to be a black family. And we got to
Absolutely.
get out of these labels, and we got to get out of these situations where somebody tell us, you're going to tell me how much of a man to be. If you got a man, then you be happy that you got a man. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? Simple as that. But we ain't finna be adding names and putting the new N word is toxic, or now you a narcissist, or whatever N word you got going on this
Right.
decade. Regardless of the fact we need to love each other and build more family unions, and then therefore build a
Absolutely.
whole nation. And that's the only way we gonna do is by building families.
Absolutely. And I'm gonna add on to this because there's no us without y'all, and there's no y'all without us. We are all intertwined to make it the way we need it to be. And if we all, think on one accord and have the same, mama mentality to just really, like you said, we all we got. And at the end of the day, black love is the best love.
Amen.
Like there ain't no love better than black. I don't care what nobody say. There is no better love than black love. We just got to work on loving each other better.
I dig it. All right. Thank you, Shanice.
Thank you.
This was a marvelous conversation. Thank you, Dr. King. You want to come and say bye?
Come on in.
We appreciate you, wonderful, beautiful black women coming on board and with the exchange and everything. It was great. We love you outside of this. We love you all day. So thank you for
This
coming.
was great. This
Don't be
was
mad at me.
awesome. And I echo,
Don't be mad at me.
and I echo everything that y'all say because ultimately we need each other.
Yes.
We were conditioned to be separate, which is why there are so many single women households.
Yep. Yep.
That was by design. And so we have to do what it takes to put us back together and get out of these norms and what we think is supposed to be and move towards being unified. And that means accepting each other as we are.
Yep.
Yep.
Be who we are.
We need to start our own norms. What we need to do.
Amen to that. I
We need to
dig
start
that.
our own norms.
The first step to being a king is getting your own family. You start by being a king there, then you expand your kingdom. You
As we have.
acquire, you hold, you build, you pick up.
You
And
maintain.
Yes, you maintain and you do it with integrity and
Absolutely.
honor. You know what I mean?
It's the
people
integrity.
can count on you. You know what I mean? So they can wake up and they know that you gonna be there. You know what I mean? Just be a man.
Yeah. All right. So everybody, thank y'all for watching. As always, we kick real shit here. So like, subscribe, all of that. YouTube, go to gatormamba.com. Love on us. I want to give a shout out to Just Turkey Restaurant. Oh my God, their food is so good.
So
Hey man,
good.
that was my shout out.
No,
You stole my shout out, man.
Hey,
Just Turkey. Shout out Just Turkey.
Them
I
turkey
just
chops
had
is
that turkey.
fire.
Boy,
Them turkey chops is fire.
All right, we out. Peace out.
Deuces.